Hi, this is Miguel Castro and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of how I ventured on my first claymation project. In part 1, I discussed the different tools and materials I used and how I created many bits of pieces of the set and props for my video, learning the ABC through claymation. In the video, I introduced each letter of the alphabet in an animated clay with a corresponding item with its name beginning with the said letter and having the two interact. This time, I will show you how I created the actual shooting of the claymation video. But first, I want to add some of my hit and miss experiences with this newfound venture. Originally, my plan includes a boy character to introduce each letter as if he is at home, picking up every item, then putting them one by one in the trunk or chest. Ambitious for a first-timer in stop-motion animation, but it was worth it. Along the way, I encountered so much challenges. Let me show you a little bit on how I created the boy character. With armature wire or craft wire, I created the skeletal foundation of my boy character. Using a drawing of the intended size and height of the character, I used it as the basis for the skeletal wire construction. This was reinforced by epoxy putty that hardens like a rock when dried. This is why I had to use protective gloves as I worked with it. This flesh-colored part, which is the neck, hand, and shoulder, is light clay, which, when hardened, feels like a velvety foam. I used this material as well for the head and hair over a ball of aluminum foil, which gives it a hard base without so much weight. His eyes are from the usual packs of googly eyes from the craft store. I added eyelids on him. Now I am putting more fillings for his body. This is to give him more shape inside his costume as he moves. There are many options for this. Some uses aluminum foil or foam or clay. I am creating his arms, leaving a gap between the upper and the lower arm that will serve as the elbow part for his arm movement. I did the same for his thighs and legs, leaving a gap in between for his knee movement. I didn't know what material to use for his torso because I need him to have a bending movement for his upper body. Since the light clay does not really harden like a stone and still bendable, I decided to use the material. Then I added a little bit of clay for his hips. With some leftover textiles, I tried many materials soft enough to work with in terms of the doll movement and for the construction of the clothes itself, since it is very small and should be detailed. So it will look good and clean for the camera. Remember, the camera will zoom in on these details, but in the end, I decided it is not really something I can do yet. So I used the light clay. I started with his upper garment. Then his shoes before giving him pants. aside to dry for a day to make sure it dries up all the way through. Once dried, I tried rehearsing, making him move a bit, walking around the set, maybe pick up a prop or something until his right leg snapped. Has not even started shooting and my actor snapped. So no movements will be happening, so I decided I will just make him sit and let the letters do the walking. He just needs to do all the talking. This time, I need to figure out how to make the character speak by making lips of different shapes and position to interchange constantly as I shoot. I tried putting a small hook that I hoped would hold the lips. It did not work, so I had to try just sticking them on his face. So I tried the phrase, A is for apple. Four syllables, four lip movements, and when combined and played, A is for apple, B is for ball. So I was able to sync it somehow, though I am not happy with how his lips look. One shot, his lips are normal, the next looks like he had a lip enhancement, plus it took so much time using modeling clay on a dried light clay surface and vice versa. So I need more time to work on that and decided will not make him talk as well. And so I fired my actor and put the spotlight on the main stars of the video, the letters of the alphabet. So just like the lips, my actor's every movement requires one shot. But this time, there will be movements between the letter and the corresponding item representing the letter simultaneously. With the letter A, it is easier because the apple is just sitting on top of the letter A. I had 24 movement shots of letter A to make a 3-second segment. Another sample is the letter Y, where two movements happen at the same time. This required 39 shots to make a 5-second segment. And with enhancements, music, and narration, through softwares like iMovie or Adobe Premiere, I was able to come up with my learning the ABC through Claymation. Hopefully, I can be better the next time. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please help my channel to create more videos like this by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video to your friends and family. See you next time. And don't just sit there. Be creative.